Hi, this is Sarah Marks, one of the librarians here at UMass Lowell. For this video, we're going to look at defining sociology concepts over three different sources: Wikipedia, the Encyclopedia of Community, and the Oxford English Dictionary. What's the difference between all of these sources? We're all used to using Wikipedia. We understand what it is. But sometimes when defining terms, context is critical. Context allows you to understand what a word might mean from a different point of view. So when your professor says she wants you to find the word community in the context of sociology, it might mean something a little different than it means outside of the context of sociology and research. The same for precarity. They are words, but do they mean the same thing across all definitions, possible definitions? So let's start with Wikipedia and the idea of precarity. This is a very general topic and guide about this word. It relates to organized labor. You can see here the organization and disciplines that might be more specific in this series. But does it relate specifically to sociology? In this case, it does. It gives you a definition and it gives you a source. We can click on that, go to the source, and see if we have access to it. And it's giving you a definition in relation to sociology. This isn't the only way to get a definition. In the library, if you click on Databases, scroll down a little and click on O, you have access to the Oxford English Dictionary. This is the premier dictionary of the English language. It is so famous, books are written about it. It took decades to create and it is constantly updating. When they add a word, it makes the news. And they don't just give you a definition, they give you its history. So when we look at precarity, what we're looking at is not just a definition and sources that it's published in, but its origins. So here we have the sources it came up in over time. It was first used in 1910. Here's the source and the context of its use. The next time followed by everything up to 2017. You can even see the words around it on the right. The pronunciation can be played for you. Its frequency and current use. How popular is this? Antonyms, etymology, its origin. It's an extensive bit of information. It's a little more than a dictionary, but it's not the same as the Wikipedia entry, which put it into context a little differently, with more expansive. We also have the option back at our web page for searching and finding an encyclopedia about sociology. So in this case, we're going to search for the book Encyclopedia of Community. This is a specific sociology encyclopedia. So when you're looking for definitions in context, sometimes this is going to be helpful. And I'm searching the catalog because an encyclopedia is technically considered a book, even when it's an ebook. And in this case, we own it. It says View Now, and we can click on the link to get to the book itself. The nice thing about our ebooks is that you can search through them. So let's search precarity. And it has nothing. Again, not all of these sources are equal and perfect, but when we're here, we can also search for community. This is the Encyclopedia of Community. If they don't have community, they don't have information about what they are supposed to be supporting and introducing. But It's extensive because this is an encyclopedia. It's like Wikipedia in that you get long entries. So it's not necessarily going to give you a definition. Versus the Oxford English Dictionary, which is a dictionary, and again, we can search for community. But again, it's looking at the word generally, not always within the context of sociology. So it's going to have multiple definitions, A, B, there's a second definition with an A and a B, a third with an A and a B, and so on and so on. Community is a word with a lot of different definitions and contexts. So you have to figure out which one's going to be, look at this, it just keeps going. You have to figure out which one's going to be the right one for you to use, because it's not always going to be the same. And there are going to be some cases, we're starting at our web page, looking for community and sociology. Do our article quick search to find articles on it might be the better place to start. And sometimes they're going to give you a definition and a reference source, and other times they're not. So you can use it a little differently by clicking on books and seeing if that gives you a little different set of search results, and the same can be done for precarity. But the key is to figure out which source of all of these sources is going to be the best one to get you the information you want. It's not always going to be a library book or a journal article. It might be Wikipedia, and Wikipedia sources might be the best way for you to get more information. But you have to view each one as something a little different from the others, and be aware of what you're using and how useful it's going to be in general. If you have any questions, you're welcome to email one of the librarians and ask for help. We're always happy to help you. We have other videos here about using different library sources or understanding Wikipedia, or even, which I think might be most helpful, evaluating sources so you know which encyclopedia or dictionary you find online might be the most useful out of all your options of encyclopedias and dictionaries. You can also like and subscribe. We post videos all year, all the time, with new tips and tricks on doing research through the library and what sources might be helpful and how to search them. So feel free to come back when you need these and watch them again and again. Thanks.